tonight we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how we make movie magic. Now you probably know that the word movie is a nickname for motion pictures, and in the earliest days of filmmaking, it must have truly seemed like magic. In the late 1800s, the Pettibone Brothers Manufacturing Company made magic lanterns like this one, which were widely used by traveling showmen to project images onto white backdrops. Now, just for a moment, imagine what that must have been like. You're sitting in a darkened tent when suddenly a white backdrop is illuminated. Then a single image appears. Then when seen in the right order, in the right light, and at the right speed, those images seem to come to life to create a magical new world. On this very location for over 100 years. And in that time, they turned out some of the most memorable film moments in the history of Hollywood.
Hold on to your butts.
I love you too. Thanks, Dad. Okay. From the very beginning, the basic concept of the filmmaking process has stayed the same, and that is to make you, the audience, believe that everything you see is real. That's right. Today's filmmakers have more tools at their disposal than ever before. High-tech cameras, super fast computers, but they still rely on a category of effects so distinctive that they're known as special. Yeah. Some of the earliest special effects are called practical effects, and those are the ones that are done right on set and right in front of the camera. And our first example of practical effects is models. Universal's 1933 film The Mummy used miniature effects, including scale models, like this little guy that you see right here in this title sequence. Now, you can tell that that's a model because the actual pyramids don't have giant letters on them. Universal relaunched The Mummy, and when they did, they used this. Folks, you want to see a real movie star? This is the actual model they used when they made that film. And the detail on this thing is incredible. And it's just further proof that models are still a great way to fool the camera. Am I right here? Absolutely. Another filmmaking tool that fools the camera is the glass mask. In the terrifying film The Birds, the brilliant Alfred Hitchcock had matte paintings created to achieve the eerie look that he wanted for the town of Bodega Bay. Take a look. In this literal bird's eye view of the town, only the parking lot and the fire are real. Everything else was hand-painted onto a single sheet of glass, which was then dropped into place. Then finally, footage of the birds was incorporated to complete the effect. Very cool stuff. And just like that, we've given you two examples of practical effects. We gave you the models, and then just now, the glass mat. Right, but there's a third example that involves props and performers. Practical stunts.
Did somebody say stunts?
Yeah, give it up for the special effects Why don't we get an entrance like that?
Because we get to wear fancy pants. Now, you may not recognize their faces, but you've definitely seen them work in some of your favorite TV shows, movies, sometimes as doubles for some of your favorite stars. So let me introduce them. Over here we have Red Floria. This is Lou Royal Tuck. And that's the stunt coordinator, Mr. Michael DeCamp. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. Now, Mr. DeCamp, is it safe to say that most actors prefer to have a stunt double when it comes to a fight scene?
Absolutely. Most actors do not like to get kicked in the face.
Kicked in the face?
Yeah. Like so.
Is he okay? Oh, yeah, he's fine. Okay, all right, that's great. Well, let's get set up. Now, when it comes to staging a fight, the art of illusion is very important. You want the moves to look as realistic as possible to fool the camera without anyone getting hurt. It's up to these guys to make it look believable. Let me set the scene. Exterior, dark alley, dead of night. A couple of nefarious characters are lingering about. Ready? And action! Hey, head on the wall. You heard what I said, head on the wall. Yeah, now give me a shot. Not the type of thing that any of our friends out there should try at home. That is correct. We'll see that again a little bit later on. Now, did you guys hear all the sound effects we added to that scene? The dynamic punches, the dumpster hits. Brandon, what's the term for adding sound effects to films?
It's called Foley. Now, some of you may have heard the term Foley before, which is the process of adding sound effects to a film once it's already been shot, but do you know where it comes from? That guy right there is Jack Foley, and he wore a lot of hats. He was a writer, a director, and even did stunts. But when he started doing sound effects for Universal in the 20s, that is when he started to make a name for himself. For over 30 years, Jack worked right here on this soundstage at Soundstage 10, and if there was not a sound that he couldn't create on his stage, he would just go out and get it. Back then, they used a technique called direct-to-picture, where Foley and his crew would add sound effects to an already finished film, and get this, they did it in one take. So the timing had to be perfect, because one slip-up meant they had to start all over at the very beginning. To give us a little taste of what that might have been like, we got some brave audience volunteers. Who do we have there?
We have a lovely family from Australia!
Yeah! You can do better than that. Let them hear it! I'm very proud of you. All right, guys, welcome to our Foley stage. This is where they are going to get a chance to show you how the simple items on this cart can be repurposed to sound completely different than what you might imagine. Like this water bottle, for example, can also be used to make the sound of a bone breaking. Check this out. Now, kids, you got to try that at home. All right, now, before we just throw you into the mix, we're going to show you a clip of Identity Thief that stars Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman alongside another clip of an actual Foley team adding sound effects to that very scene. Let's take a look at some Foley masters hard at work.
Now, I have a plan.
There you go. That looks pretty easy, right? Now, notice the things that they use to make those sounds are things that you might find maybe in your garage or maybe in your living room, just modified a little bit. Well, we've got our own modifications. Right here, this is called a crash box. Inside this are metal objects, pots and pans type things. When you flip it from one side to another, clearly makes a big crash sound. This right here is something everybody's got in their home. These are trash bags. You roll them up really tight, put some tape around the outside, you slam them against a wooden plank, and it makes it sound like a body's hit the ground. Boxing gloves right here. You slap and punch those, and it's as if you punched or slapped someone in the face. We've got a cowbell here for a nice surprise ending, and then on the end down here, we have handcuffs. These make the sound of handcuffs. So there you go. You guys ready to do this? All right, my family's ready. I know my booth is ready. I'm ready, so let's go ahead and roll sound. Here we go. And action. The scene. Watch what happens when we add back in the dialogue, the soundtrack, and the Foley track that we just recorded them doing. That's right. Take a look at the side screens. This is a brand new scene that they just created.
Get over here and give me your wrist. Okay? Now I have a plan.
Universal comedy, and Universal has made great movies in every single genre, but we've really left our mark over the decades by turning out some of the most terrifying horror films. Take a look. Horror effects. Now emerging from the shadows behind me, we have maquettes of some of Universal's classic movie monsters. We have Dracula, Mike Myers, Chucky and his bride, Imhotep the Mummy, the Phantom of the Opera, and Mother Bates. The perfect setting for our next demonstration.
All the way from Los Angeles. Everyone say hi, Ashley!
Hi, Ashley! Ashley, thank you so much for joining us. Now, Ashley was chosen because of her very distinctive scream. Ashley, let me give you a hypothetical situation. Imagine you've just checked in a Bates Motel. Suddenly you come face to face with Norman Bates. How would you scream?
That was cute.
It was like a Justin Bieber concert. Well, that was great, Ashley. Now, as you saw with our stuntmen, they have a very high pain threshold. My question is, do you?
Well, do you?
Because our next demonstration is all about movie blood. Who here knows what Alfred Hitchcock used for movie blood in his movie Psycho? Go ahead and yell it out. Yell it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, chocolate syrup. That's right. Chocolate syrup.
But that was a black and white film. Back then they could get away with chocolate syrup for blood. But these days, movie blood has to look a lot more realistic.
That's right. So thank you for lending us a hand.
Literally. Okay, now kids, do not try this at home.
That's right. Try it at a friend's house.
A better spot. Get your arm out there, whichever one you don't want. Let's use this one. That one's closer to Eric.
There we go. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Whoa, what? Not the machete, man.
No, I'm not going to use the machete. No. I am going to use this knife. It's much sharper.
That's right.
All right, Ashley, go ahead and put your arm out there. Take a look at your side screens. All right, Ashley, just go ahead and scream whenever it hurts. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Eric! She's okay! This is a classic cinematic horror technique. This is a Hollywood blood knife. It's a false blade with a cutout for her arm right there. There's a bulb on the back. I squeeze it, movie blood comes out, she screams, we scream, the children get mentally scarred, but the adults have fun. And that's what's most important. Everyone give it up for Ashley!
Very good. Oh, Aaron, please. Yeah, I got blood on the nice suit. I gotta go change this out.
Yeah, no problem. Ashley, come on over here with me. You got your phone on you? All right, great. Now, I promised Ashley a photo with our movie monsters. Let me see if I can figure that out. Perfect. Ashley, come on over here. Go ahead and stand on that T and face towards me. Give me a classic monster pose like that. And then on the count of 3, give me that scream that you gave us a little while ago. Ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, 3. Mike Myers! You go home, Mike Myers! Go home! I am so sorry about that, Ashley. You're a good person. You did not deserve that. But you should have seen the look on your face. There it is. Oh, I can go see that movie. Give it up for Ashley! Thank you so much, Ashley. Now, we've talked a lot about practical effects, but I want to switch gears to talk about visual effects, which are effects that are made with the use of a computer, more specifically, motion capture, or mocap for short. And to demonstrate mocap, welcome back my co-host, Brandon!
Change my suit.
Looking good.
Thanks, man.
Ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's bring up the perimeter sensors. All right. So now each one of those markers is reflecting light into sensors that are being captured by a computer. Let's go ahead and bring up capture. And now each one of those markers is being represented by a dot up on the screen. Brandon, let's start off with a T-pose. All right, perfect. Now we use a T-pose to mark the beginning of every take. That way when we're going back into editing, we know, oh, Brandon, here we go.
I'm sorry, this suit is tight.
We can tell.
Yeah, I think. Sorry.
All right, go ahead and touch your left hand to your nose.
All right.
Your right hand.
Okay.
All right, let's do it one more time. Left hand, right hand. Everything looks calibrated. Okay, go ahead and relax. Put your arms down. Give me something a little more dynamic. Give me some jumping jacks and then run in place, all right? Now, using Brandon's captured movements, we can build anything we want. A digital skeleton like you see there. We can also play with the aspect ratio. We have wireframe. And then finally skins. We can make Brandon look like anything we want. Make him look like a Michelin Man, Sylvester Stallone, or in this particular case, a lovable, cuddly teddy bear.
Hey, I'm a teddy bear.
No, you're not just any teddy bear. You are the star of Universal's Ted.
Did you say I'm Ted?
Yeah, you're outside of the club. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, let's get it.
Hell yeah, you're Ted, buddy. Woo!
Hey, it's up for you, lady. Woo!
Whoa! Woo! Come here, bud. Woo! Yeah, it's a family show. That was my fault. Sorry about that. Hey, Ted, what do you think of the show?
That's why I watch these things. It's like a cool behind-the-scenes thing that you wouldn't know.
Thunder Buddies, Ted.
Thunder Buddies for life.
Give it up for motion capture, Ted and Brandon. Now here's a fun fact. Phil Tippett Studios had a modified mocap suit made for Seth MacFarlane so that he could act and direct at the same time. Let's take a look at the genius behind Ted.
We were able to do Ted in a completely lifelike way and to use technology in a way that really hasn't been used to date. What that technology does so well is it takes fantastical characters and makes them as realistic in movement as possible.
Now, as far as we've come with visual effects and CGI, some things just look better when they're real, like fire. Let's take a look at some fire stunts in Universal films. One of the most exciting and most dangerous aspects of filmmaking is undoubtedly the fire stunt. And right now, we are going to bring back our top-notch stunt team to show you how they execute a live fire burn. Let me reintroduce the gentleman that you see before you, the man in the middle, that is Rad Floria. Over on the left, Royal Tunt. That is Mr. Michael DeCamp in the beard. Now, as you're looking at Brad, you're probably wondering, is he so nervous that he's sweating profusely? No, that is actually a protective fire gel that he's applying to all the exposed areas of the skin. Now, you guys probably know how uncomfortable it is if you miss a spot with sunscreen. Well, you can imagine how uncomfortable it would be if you miss a spot while on fire. Not a good thing. In a moment, we will begin the fueling process, at which point the oil will be standing by in case of premature ignition. See what you want, check. Two, check, got it. At the completion of the shot, Brad will work his way around this fire blanket and then lay down on top of it to be extinguished. At that point, we are looking for a thumbs up. A thumbs down is an indication that we need to get the medical team involved.
Excuse me, we're gonna fuel. Royal, you ready?
Ready. Now it's at this point where I need to remind everyone, please do not try this at home. These are highly trained professionals using very specialized equipment. This is Rad's 24th burn. He will look to burn from 8 to 10 seconds. I would also like to ask that everyone please remain seated during the course of the entire stunt for your safety and for their safety as well. Now at this point, I would like to bring down the lights and the music. We will bring up our clock. And Mr. Michael Camp, the stage is yours.
Royal, you ready?
Ready.
Brad, you ready to burn?
Ready, and action!
Lady, you're lit! Fantastic, and it's going to be hard to top, but I think we can with our last demonstration, and I promise it is truly out of this world. Please give a round of applause for our last two volunteers. We have Jerome and Angela from Orange County. Give a round of applause. Jerome, Angela. Hello, Jerome. I should have asked you before we began. Are you afraid of heights? You are? You're going to hate this. Angela, stay right there. I'm going to hand you off to Mr. Michael Camp. He lights people on fire, and then he kicks them in the face. Okay, come on over here. You go ahead and stay right there, Angela, all right? Now, he's not going to have all the fun. Boy, have I got a surprise for you. Now, located high above us, that is a Fisher flying rig system. It is a highly sophisticated, computer-controlled cable system which helps us create the illusion of flight. Now, I know that's a lot of words, but don't worry, there is an app for that. This is what's going to control him. This will bring him up and down. This will bring him right and left. You can go very slow, or depending on the nature of your relationship, you can go very fast. Whatever you want to do there. Speaking of which, how do you guys know each other? All right, dating, boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister. You're dating. And how long have you been dating? Almost 3 years. Oh! That's a very long time in college, guys. All right, for the first time in 3 years, you are in charge of the remote control. All right, go ahead. Put your hand right in there. Everything is disabled right now. Don't touch anything. I will be right back, all right? All right, so Jerome, over here, buddy. How you doing? Everything good? Do you have any last words for your lovely lady of 3 years? He says he loves you very much. What's that? Oh, and he wants to take you shoe shopping in Beverly Hills after this. Whoa! And money is no object. Jerome! That guy's a catch. It's unbelievable. He said that, I promise. All right, let's finish the shot by bringing in the back plate. Now let's make it look like Jerome is in space. That's absolutely perfect. And Jerome, let's focus up here. All right, cool. All right, Angela, go ahead and hit Mabel. We'll bring him up. Hit him. Perfect. All right, now let's move it up. All right, don't touch anything. All right, Jerome, don't touch the cables. Don't touch the cables. Just put your shoulders back, chin up, shoulders back.